All right, so this is talking a little bit about well, probably a lot, about the Chick-fil-A controversy. Um, and my problems or my dislike of this whole situation is not political or government or statism. It's not from a statism point of view. So I'm not looking for government to deny gays the right of marriage. And I'm not looking for government to deny the Chick-fil-A owner the right to free speech and to live his life however he sees fit and to pursue whatever asinine policies he wants to pursue. I'm not advocating for the force of government. I'm not advocating for the force of anything. What I'm advocating for is to wake up. Christian conservatives need to wake up. Start realizing how you're being used, how you're being manipulated. And the image you're sending, you're destroying your own faith, is really what you're doing. And it will take many years for it to be destroyed. But I firmly believe we're entering a new age to where the the mask is off. When you parade around a Chick-fil-A all excited, what you're telling gay people that they are less than you. You're telling them that you hate them, even though you may not think you do. And I hear this a lot. And if you stand against gay marriage, at least legally, I guess, there's only really one reason for it. You don't support them. You do not support them. I mean, that's all there is to it. So there's no in between. I mean, what other motivation is there to be against gay marriage? Oh well, I just don't think that's no. They don't say I don't think that's a definition. They say, well, that's not what marriage is. Says who? I mean, what's not the definition of marriage? The definition is one man, one man, one woman. Uh, not a, not according to people of the Bible. I mean, they married several people. Um, but I mean, irrespective of that, is that how the state defines marriage? Based off of what the majority thinks? I mean, this is a prime example why we shouldn't let government get involved. But anyways, obviously, I'm a libertarian. I believe government should just stay the frick out of marriage. It's absurd. And now they're wielding it like some sort of toy. Oh, we're not gonna let you get in. You're not getting into our club. Um, but really, my message here, and I didn't want to get into the politics of it really. At a personal and religious level, it's stupid and it's asinine. I even the picture of like the worst one was probably Sarah Palin. Sarah and Todd Palin showing up and they're showing their little fucking smile and putting the little Chick-fil-A bags in front of them. And I don't know if they realize how ugly it is. I don't, maybe it's just me, but the celebratory nature of a company which endorses Exodus International, which promotes the lie that somehow gay people can change from gay to straight, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do or not. And of course, it was just a total lie. Did they ever take the time to examine whether or not it was possible? No, and that's classic of fundamental Christianity. They don't actually study anything, and the reason they don't study it is because it's like they fear they're going to be convinced that the Bible is wrong about something. So then they don't even take a look at it, and that's why they say a lot of stupid shit. They say things that don't make any sense. It was like with T-Mont, the Man of Truth, did a video, and he said he teaches his daughter against homosexuality. You stupid moron. You can't teach someone against their sexuality. It's decided at birth. Yes, you're responsible. Just kidding. That's a joke. And see, if he had taken the time to study it, his ignorant ass might know that. But they never take the time to study it. And then they judge, and then they hate. And that's the problem. If you're going to judge and hate someone, at least have the facts to back you up. I mean, is that too much to ask? That's my problem with this whole thing. Both sides have their freedom of speech. They can say whatever the hell they want. And likewise, I can say what the hell I want. And likewise, we can boycott, we can we can do whatever the hell we want. But the irony is, those conservatives that went there to do the boycott today, they claim they were there to support freedom of speech while trying to deny the rights of gays the same legal right of marriage that they have. Well, at least they're consistent in their defense of liberty, right? And I know it's a confused position as a libertarian. It is confusing because it's like, I don't think we should have state-sanctioned marriage. But now that we do have state-sanctioned marriage, yeah, I think we should have state-sanctioned marriage of gay marriage I don't really care if people marry multiple wives, or I don't give a shit. And this here points to this is how divisive it is. This is what happens when you look to government to intervene and solve everything. You have Christian conservatives looking to government to define marriage in a certain way, which will defend their personal religious beliefs and to keep gay couples from getting married, just because it pisses them off. Even though, of course, you're not it no in any way affects their marriage or their lives. They just don't want you to get married. So it's a completely anti-liberty stance. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's completely anti-liberty. If you think you have the power to deny this particular minority a right that you yourself have. Why? Because you don't like them. Or the Bible tells you not to like them. But that's a cop-out. If you agree with the Bible when it says to hate them, then you hate them. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's no other bullshit. We don't need any other bullshit. Let's keep it real. Then the flip side is the progressive side, they want to use laws to silence people they don't agree with, to shut them down. Both sides are trying to use government force to force the side they don't agree with to agree with them. And it's bullshit. Both sides need to need a dialogue is really what we need. We need to have an open and honest talk. Talk about the frickin' issues as they are. Because too many problems we have today, too many problems in society is we get in our little bubbles and we're not introduced to new ideas or new thoughts, at least in the past. I think it's getting better. But when you can silence people through laws and government, even state laws, it creates a situation to where you never have to defend your ideas or beliefs. You can just rely on the thugs of government to force your view on a minority, or in some cases, you can force it on a majority. If they're not awake, they don't realize what's going on. And that's a problem of society. It's sort of a weakening or a downfall of society that it resorts to such tactics. And I've talked about this before, maybe not necessarily on YouTube, but I can't stand like when it was Kobe Bryant used when he said what he called a ref a faggot or something like that. And actually, I saw that on TV when he did it, and I knew there was going to be uproar when he all apologized. See, but I hate forced contrition. I hate forced apologies. I think that's bullshit. Now, I don't know. Maybe he meant it. Maybe he didn't. I doubt that he did. I hate forced. I don't want anything forced. I don't want anything coerced because it doesn't mean anything. The change isn't genuine, and it won't be there when you really need it, when it matters most. They'll bail on your ass. What is it? You know, your paid friends are as good as they are, or whatever. You have to pay your friends. I forget the freaking saying. I'm too tired of Bushism. So, anyways, this is just some stuff that's rattling around my head. I'm not necessarily on a boycott of Chick-Fil-A, but I never go there that much anyway, so it's not a big deal for me. But I support the freedom of speech. I support the right of that owner to say stupid shit, and I support the right of people to boycott them. Just as much as I support the right of people to go there with their little cheesy grins, showing how they can hate gays altogether. And people want to say that, well, we don't hate gays. That was, I'm sure people said that about, race relations back in the 60s. Well, it's not like we hate them. We just, they have a different culture. We just don't want to be intermixed. And I still see shit like that on YouTube. So ultimately, we just need to avoid using government force. That's really all that matters. We just need to stop trying to use government force to force our opinions on everyone else. That's all we need to do. I mean, if we can do that, society and the world will be a better place. Stop trying to use government to define marriage in a way to exclude people. That would be the best solution. So that's pretty much it. That's not pretty much it. That's exactly it. So see ya.